The whole squad got a pass. Gotta keep your head high through the hate, yeah. Gotta make a better life through the pain, yeah. Got a chance to do it right, so do your thing, yeah. Don't let anybody ever try to change, yeah. I feel blessed, yeah. Yeah, I feel blessed, yeah. I feel blessed, yeah. Yeah, I feel blessed, yeah.
As Ryan walked down the busy street, she didn't notice the man who was watching her from the shadows. Little did she know, this man held the fate of the city in his hands. He was the Mafia King, Park Jimin, feared by many but respected by all who knew his power. When he saw her, he was struck by her beauty and innocence. He decided to approach her, curious about who she was and why she didn't seem afraid of the dangers that lurked in the dark alleys of the city. "Excuse me, miss," he said softly, his deep voice sending shivers down her spine. She turned around, surprised to see a man standing so close to her. He was taller than her, muscular and handsome, with piercing brown eyes that seemed to see right through her. "Yes, can I help you?" she asked, trying to keep her voice steady. She couldn't shake the feeling that something about this man was off, but she couldn't quite put her finger on it. "I was wondering if you could help me. I'm lost in this city, and you seem to know your way around." He gave her a charming smile, and she found herself melting under his gaze. "Well, I guess I could show you the way," she said, hesitating for a moment before deciding to trust her instinct. She had no idea that this decision would change the course of her life forever. As they walked together, Ryan noticed that the man was usually quiet. She tried to make small talk, but he seemed lost in thought. They turned a corner and she gasped as they walked right into a group of thugs. Before she could react, the man stepped in front of her, pushing her behind him. There was a flash of movement, and the next thing she knew, the man was standing tall and unharmed, while the thugs lay on the ground. "Who are you?" she whispered, her heart racing. "Someone who owes you his life. From now on, consider me your protector," he replied, his voice stern. And with that, he turned and walked away, leaving her standing there alone, confused and scared, but also strongly exhilarated. She knew she would never forget this man or the world he had just pulled her into. As Ryan tried to process what had just happened, she felt a strange sense of responsibility towards the mysterious man. She couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to him than met the eye. Over the next few days, she found herself constantly thinking about him and wondering if he was okay. One night, she decided to take a walk to clear her mind when she noticed a group of men, a young couple. Without thinking, she stepped in to defend them, using the same techniques she had seen the men use. To her surprise, the men scattered, and the young couple thanked her profusely. As she walked away, she couldn't help but wonder if this was the beginning of a new chapter in her life. As she continued her walk, she couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in herself. She had never been one to shy away from a fight, but something about tonight felt different. It was as if she had been given a purpose, a reason to use her strength and courage. She didn't know where this newfound confidence would lead her, but she was determined to follow it. Little did she know, her actions had not gone unnoticed. Jimin watched from the shadows as Ryan defended the young couple, a small smile playing at the corners of his lips. He knew then that he had met his match, and he couldn't wait to see what the future held for them. Ryan walked home, her heart still racing from the fight. She couldn't shake the feeling that something had changed within her, that she was no longer the same person she had been before. As she turned the corner onto her street, she spotted Jimin standing in front of her apartment building. Her heart skipped a beat, and she wondered why he was there. "Hello, can I help you with something?" she said tentatively, approaching him. He turned to face her, his eyes piercing through her. "I just wanted to make sure you got home safe," he replied, his voice softening. There was a hint of longing in his tone, and she couldn't help but feel a strange connection to him. "Thank you," she said, blushing. "That was very thoughtful of you." She paused, gathering her courage. "So I guess I should ask, what is it that you do? And how do you know so much about me?" Jimin chuckled, his eyes sparkling in the moonlight. "Oh, I know more about you than you could ever imagine," he said cryptically. "And as for what I do, well, some might call me a protector. Others might say I am something else entirely." He leaned in closer, his breath tickling her ear. "But for now, let's just say that we have a lot in common." "My name is Park Jimin, Ryan." As Ryan stood there, her heart pounding in her chest, she couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation. She knew that Jimin was, but there was something undeniably alluring about him as well. She couldn't explain it, but she felt like she had known him forever. "So, what happens now?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Now we become a part of each other's stories, and who knows where those stories will lead us," he replied, taking her hand in his. She felt a shiver run down her spine at his touch, but she didn't pull away. Instead, she stepped closer, drawn to him like a moth to a flame. As they stood there, lost in each other's eyes, she knew that she had found something she never knew she was looking for. "I'm ready," she whispered, her voice barely more than a breath. And with that, they walked into the night, their destinies forever entwined. On a quiet night, the two found themselves in the dimly lit living room of Jimin's penthouse, a place that had become a sanctuary for them. The room was adorned with luxurious furnishings, and soft jazz music played in the background, casting a romantic atmosphere. Jimin poured 2 glasses of drink and handed one to Vian. He gazed at her, a look of deep affection in his eyes. It's hard to believe it's been 2 years, he said, his voice soft. So much has changed since that night we met. Vian nodded, her own eyes reflecting the same affection. It feels like a lifetime ago. You've shown me a world I never knew existed, and I'm grateful for that. Jimin smiled, his hand reaching out to gently kiss her cheek. You've become an essential part of my life, Vian. You've made it better in ways I can't even put into words. Their faces drew closer, there, mingling in the shared anticipation of what had been building between them. There, met in a soft, tender kiss. They had kept hidden for so long. It was filled with passion, longing, and an unspoken promise. As they pulled away, Vian whispered, "I love you, Jimin." Jimin's eyes sparkled with emotion.
Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls, cause I'm not in the mood.
And I love you, Vian, more than anything. In that dimly lit living room, their love had blossomed amidst the chaos of the underworld. And as they embraced each other, they knew that their destinies were forever entwined, and their love would continue to grow stronger with each passing day.
To be far from anxiety, I need my space, I need my privacy, I need some silence, please, you're all too loud, you don't speak